Well, hi there. So in this video, we're going to learn about the shutdown rule, which we defined in Unit 3 as when price falls below average variable cost. But in this video, I'm going to show you why it's true that when the price is that low, a firm should shut down. So let's get started. So this video, we're going to talk about that shutdown rule. I will say that Jacob Clifford, ACDC Econ, does a phenomenal job explaining the shutdown rule. I think it's in one of his Econ in 60 seconds or something. So if this doesn't work for you, I would say check out Econ, ACDC Econ. Jacob Clifford does some really great work. He's inspired me to do a lot of cool things, and I think he's just wonderful. So a nice guy, and you should check him out if you get a chance. So there's my little plug for you, Jacob. Firms in loss and the shutdown rule. And this is really just kind of summarizing what we talked about in the last unit about the shutdown rule. We know that when price is less than ATC, firms are earning losses, right? When the price is greater than the ATC, firms are profiting. When price equals ATC, firms are breaking even. So this is only going to occur. They're going to only shut down when they're earning a loss. Now, we know that in the long run, if you're earning economic losses, you shouldn't be doing that thing. That's what economic profit and loss tells us, is should you do it or should you not do it? And if you're earning a loss, then you should exit the market, and that would reduce the supply as the number of firms decreases. That's only happening, though, in the long run when firms can actually shut down and change their fixed inputs, right? Remember, in the long run, all your inputs are variable, so you could actually say, no, we don't want to be in this business anymore. But in the short run, you would have a choice, right? You have a choice between operate or shut down temporarily, but you would still incur your fixed costs if you were shut down temporarily. A way to think about this would be, what about a restaurant that's not very busy at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday? Should they be open and not make very much money, probably lose money? Or should they be closed and definitely lose money? And the question is a little harder, actually, than it might seem at first glance. In the first example, if you have the doors open, you know you're going to get some customers who are going to come in, and you're going to generate some revenue. So you might still lose money, but are you going to lose more money, or are you going to lose less money compared to just close the doors and don't allow any customers in at all? That's really the scenario that kind of we're discussing here. Not whether you should permanently exit the market or not, whether your restaurant should even be a restaurant, but more about should you be open at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when there's not very many customers. Now, what we're going to find is that if the price is greater than the AVC, the firm should actually operate. Mathematically, it's better off for them to do so. But if the price gets really, really low and goes below the AVC, so you can see here the price has gone below the AVC, this firm should shut down. And I'm going to show it to you using this graph. If the firms shut down, their losses equal their fixed costs. We know that when they're not producing any output, they still have to pay their fixed cost. So let's kind of talk through how much their loss be, right? Loss if operate. And then let's say what's their loss if they shut. And let's look at this graph and see if we can kind of analyze it a little bit. Well, if they operate, then we know that they're going to produce 10 units because that's where MR equals MC. And they're going to have an ATC of 12. And so we know that 10 times 12 is the total amount of kind of cost that they're going to incur. And we know that they're only going to generate $50 of revenue. So how much loss are they going to have? Well, we have 50 minus 120 is negative 70. And that's because we'd lose this entire area, right? So we'd lose all of that if we actually operated. So again, and this is a little bit hard to see here, but it would be 70 how much we'd lose. Now, if we shut down, we're only going to lose our fixed cost. And we can actually figure out our fixed cost because the vertical distance here, right there, is the AFC. And the AFC times any quantity will equal the fixed cost. So we can actually figure out how much their loss would be by saying, okay, 10, which is a quantity, and the vertical distance here between 12 and 7, well, that vertical distance is 5, right? You see that? That's 5 between these two. And so if they shut down, they lose their fixed cost, which is this area here that I'm going to shade, right? And so this is their fixed cost. That's how much they lose. Well, how much is that? 5 times 10, that's $50. Which would you rather lose, $50 or $70? Well, clearly you'd rather lose 50. And that's because if the price falls below the AVC, below the little bottom of this AVC, the firm is actually better off just accepting their losses as their fixed cost. But if Mr. Darp were somewhere in here, in between the bottom of the ATC and the bottom of the AVC, Mr. Darp fell in between these two, the firm's actually better operating because they're able to cover all of their, they're able to cover some of their fixed cost some of their variable cost along with their fixed cost. And so for them, they have a better choice to go ahead and operate when the price is in between these two values. But if the price gets below that AVC, below this minimum of the AVC, then we should shut down. Now, let's take a look at what these would look like if we were talking about kind of two different scenarios. First would be long-run equilibrium, and then we're going to cause demand to decrease so much that the firm will actually shut down. So price and quantity, and again, we're going to start in a long-run equilibrium where we've got a price P sub F and a P sub M and a Q sub M. And then over here we have marginal revenue equals to demand. And then we're going to put marginal cost. And our first is going to be in equilibrium here, and that's ATC. Now, in order to do these, we do need an AVC on this graph. So if we're going to have this where the firm's going to shut down, I'm going to put my AVC right about here. It's got to be lower than my ATC, right? So AVC. And now we're going to make something happen that'll cause this firm to shut down. Let's say demand decreases because maybe there's news that there's been some terrible, salmonella or something has gotten into the food supply or something like that, right? So demand falls a whole lot, a huge decrease in demand for the product. Well, that's going to drive the price and the quantity in the market pretty low. And if we extended that over, all the way over to here, and notice that I made sure that my equilibrium here is below that AVC, then this new P sub 1, right, and this new marginal revenue and demand 1 is actually going to cause this firm to shut. Now, there's a couple of ways we can show the loss in this scenario. You can actually pick any vertical in between the ATC and the AVC, so any vertical line here, and make it the start of your loss rectangle. Now, what most students do is they actually pick where the MR equals MC is, but that's not actually how much they're producing because this firm's not producing at all, right? They're not producing. And so we would actually just be able to say directly from this point, the AVC up to the ATC and over. And again, I just picked that as a vertical. You could pick any one, but that's how much money this firm would be losing. And again, well, what would they be losing if they operated? Just look up here, right? You can see they would have this additional rectangle of loss if they were to operate. It would come all the way down here to that new MR1, and they'd have a larger area of loss. Instead, they're going to take their fixed cost, which is their loss in this case. Now, let's take a look at what it would look like if the firm was operating temporarily. Price, quantity. And we'll kind of put that little firm over here. P sub F, marginal revenue equals the demand curve, P sub M, Q sub M, marginal cost, and average total cost. And then for this one, it's going to be a little easier because we want price to be in between the ATC and the AVC. We're going to want that AVC to be a little bit lower. It's just going to make it easier on us if we do. And then come back up, AVC. So we know the firm first starts out producing at Q sub F, and then demand is going to decrease, causing the firm to continue to operate at a loss. Now, that means our new Mr. DARP is going to fall somewhere in here, right? We're going to have them maybe right in here. So I'm going to kind of work backwards and go, okay, I'm going to probably want my demand to decrease right about that far, right? D sub 1 to that new quantity 1. And so you can see, because I didn't decrease the demand a whole lot, price didn't go down a whole lot as compared to maybe the picture above, right? And in this one, I'm kind of extending over P sub 1, which went down from P sub F. Our Mr. DARP is down, but just a little bit. So our Mr. DARP didn't fall very much. Now, that means that our new production point is going to occur where MR1 and MC equal each other. And that's Q sub 1. So the firm is producing less, and they're going to lose money. And we go from the new Mr. DARP, right, the new price that's being charged, to the ATC. So up to the ATC and over. And so this is what a firm operating in a loss would look like, right? The Mr. DARP would be below that ATC. So after a few practice tries of doing this, it gets easier, I promise. But it is a tricky sort of series of curves that you're going to be able to draw and to be able to do this kind of successfully on an exam. So hopefully this helped you understanding the shutdown rule. I'll see you next time.